And good evening. That unprecedented, potentially catastrophic storm has now begun its life-threatening march across much of the country. More than half of all Americans are in the storm's path tonight.
States at this hour warning millions of Americans of a catastrophic winter storm just now starting to hit. At least 17 states declaring states of emergency already tonight.
Millions of Americans are bracing for a potentially catastrophic ice storm from New Mexico to the Carolinas, affecting up to 240 million Americans, more than half of the U.S. population.
What's unfolding across the United States right now is not ordinary winter weather. It is a historic and massive storm system that is affecting well over 180 million people, nearly half of the country, with heavy snow, ice, freezing rain, and dangerously cold air. From the southern plains all the way into the Northeast and New England, this storm is stretching more than 2,300 miles from southwest to northeast and has triggered weather alerts in at least 22 states, plus Washington, D.C. Across the South, in places that rarely see this kind of severe winter weather, ice and sleet have already caused widespread hazards. Roads in parts of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas are slick with freezing rain, and emergency crews are warning people to stay off the roads unless travel is absolutely necessary. In Texas alone, around 47,000 customers have already lost power, and utility companies are tracking the possibility that up to 200,000 customers in the Houston area could lose electricity as the worst of the weather arrives. Louisiana has also been hit hard. In some counties there, more than half of all electric customers lost power when ice buildup on tree limbs, snapped branches, and brought down power lines. Across the South and Southeast, officials have declared states of emergency in at least 18 states, including Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, Maryland, Mississippi, North Carolina, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia. Washington, D.C. also declared a weather emergency as crews prepare for the worst. Utility crews and government responders are working around the clock to clear roadways, restore power, and help stranded travelers. In many communities, emergency shelters have opened, and officials are urging residents to stock up on food, water, medicine, warm clothing, and backup power options, because outages could last longer than anyone is comfortable with. This storm has already drawn comparisons to some of the most severe winter weather events in recent U.S. history. The scale of flight cancellations, power outages, and states of emergency declared across multiple regions highlights how rare and serious this storm is. Airlines have gone as far as issuing travel waivers, and some international carriers like Air India have cancelled flights to and from U.S. airports in affected regions on January 25 and 26 in anticipation of the impact. Officials have repeatedly stressed that the storm's conditions will continue to worsen before they improve. Dangerous black ice, which is nearly invisible to drivers, is expected to form on many untreated roads, and the cold air behind the system means that even once the snow stops, the ground and highways will remain slippery and hazardous. Because the storm covers such a vast area, people are experiencing it in very different ways. Some areas are seeing heavy snow that makes roads nearly impassable, while others are being coated in ice that makes walking and driving equally dangerous. Schools and businesses in multiple states have closed or switched to remote operations to keep people off the roads. Emergency management teams are coordinating efforts across state lines, and the federal government has staged search and rescue teams, mobile generators, and millions of emergency supplies in strategic locations to respond quickly where the need is greatest. What started as a forecast of winter weather has become a complex event with real consequences for everyday life. Transportation systems are strained, travel plans are in chaos, people are spending days without reliable electricity, and communities are preparing for continuing hardships. As the U.S. continues to absorb this storm's effects, the message from meteorologists and emergency officials is clear. This is not typical seasonal weather, it's a widespread, powerful storm that demands caution, preparedness, and respect. Millions of Americans are being asked to stay informed, remain indoors if possible, and avoid unnecessary travel until the worst conditions have passed.